Hands up! Hey, where are you going?
We need to turn this entire place into a proper, actual office. Soundproof it.
I like a desk.
Yeah, it'll be very nice. It's like recording in a shed at the moment. Alright, we're going to talk about Spider-Man.
Tell you what, before we talk about Spider-Man, that conversation about The Office, that can only happen if you get all your friends to subscribe.
I thought you were talking to me then. I don't have any friends.
The audience, and then we can get paid, we can get an office, and then we can get you better content because we'll be doing it as a job, sat in our office.
What?
Work.
Yeah, and then we'll just hate it, and then it just become a job then. So sometimes it feels like a job anyway doing this. I don't know why, because we don't do it for like 3 months, and then we say we need to record soon, and then you say you text me like, want to record tomorrow, and I'm like, yeah, and then it gets to the next day, I'm like, I can't be bothered to move now. But yeah, anyway, we want to talk about Spider-Man game, the new game, even though it's not out yet, because I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. I should not have pre-ordered it because it could be terrible. Pre-ordering's so
you're
stupid.
You're gonna buy it anyway, aren't you?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna buy it anyway, regardless. But then again, if all the reviews said it was awful, then I wouldn't. But I pre-ordered it before I heard anything good about it, to be honest. But I have heard some good stuff so far. Good. Yeah.
Like I said to you the other day, I still think there's a lot of villains in it, and I suppose it depends how the story's structured. I mean, because of like with a film, you've only got like an hour or two to tell a story. This is a 14-hour game, so I mean, yeah. I suppose I'm not putting that into.
Yeah, I think the story's going to be good because from what I know so far about the story is you start off, you're in your old classic OG Spider-Man outfit,
I like
which
the
is
look.
awesome.
Have you seen the picture of it, like in the game?
Yeah, it looks
picture?
cool.
It looks
yeah.
cool. I think that looks better than the costume they use.
I do, yeah.
And I think that costume actually looks better than any other Spider-Man costume I've seen in a game.
I know that we don't have that costume pretty early in the game. We lose it. We don't lose it, but we get a new one. Yeah. So I'm hoping that you can pick and choose what you want later when you're free roaming and stuff at least.
Yeah.
Because I really want to.
I think it's gonna be the same as like RPG kind of. I know you level up and stuff.
Yeah.
You like get points, don't you? And you can spend it on stuff.
Apparently, there's all these backpacks that Peter forgot about. That basically, when he was a teenager, he left all these backpacks, his old backpacks. He used to leave them in places, like web them to the walls. Yeah. And then he forgot about them, and then he gets this tracking thing, and then he gets all these little blips on the map on the tracker thing, and he's like, "What the fuck are these?" And he goes to one, and it's like his old backpack, and it's got like old shit in it, so you can like upgrade your stuff. Yeah. So he's like. So now this is one of those things where you can go and you can collect stuff that are all on the map.
I read there's like Peter Parker gameplay, like you can choose to free, like not free roam kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know about free roam.
You can go to his office and do like side missions.
It would be kind of cool to free roam on like if you. I'm assuming
like
he doesn't. Yeah, I'm assuming he doesn't deliver pizzas anymore or anything. But if he did, it'd be cool to do little pizza missions.
He's a scientist.
Like,
it doesn't say who he works for though, because apparently who he works for is a spoiler.
Yeah, apparently. So, his bosses.
The villain I pushed to because we do see. I swear we've seen Norman Osborn in the trailer. Haven't we?
He's in it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that he's probably not the boss.
No, he's running for mayor.
Yeah. So I think it's probably Octavius.
It could be. Yeah,
because I think that would
because we haven't seen him yet, have we? No, we have.
Wait, you sure?
No, that was Vulture.
Vulture. We've seen Vulture, and I mean, we haven't seen all of the Sinister Six. I think we're just missing one, aren't we? Yeah. And it would make. And if this is one of his bosses, he's a scientist, Octavius, and then that would be quite a good.
Do you think it could be Dr. Connors?
It could be, but I don't see
that's
why
a bit obvious though as well.
Not just that. Yeah. He doesn't seem like the type of person that would be running the Sinister Six, where Dr. Octavius does.
True. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only reason why. I could be completely wrong, but just from what I've taken from that, that's
from what I think. From what I know about the story so far, apparently at the beginning of the game is you fight Kingpin. He goes to prison and he's like, I was holding it. I was the one keeping peace. Like, you're gonna have trouble now. And then that, for some reason, once he's gone,
makes sense though, because he's the king.
Yeah, because he keeps everyone under control. There's still crime going on, but his goal, I mean, I only know this because of Daredevil, and I'm assuming it's the same in the comics, is that he wants to run or make everything like in order. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to run everything. Yeah, crime's gonna happen, but he's the one keeping the peace and cleaning up the city, or so say. So he's gone. Everything goes to shit. and Spider-Man gets beat the shit out of from the gameplay we've seen by like the
because I
villains.
wonder because you obviously got Miles Morales in there, so I'm assuming he becomes a Spider-Man at some point in this game.
Yeah, I think he might. I think you meet him in the game as well. You don't already know him.
Yeah, they meet him in the game, but I think he's not a Spider-Man at that point, and I think by the signs of the trailer he doesn't have powers. He might not. They might just be keeping it under.
How does that work though? Like, how would he get? Do you know any of the like? Was Miles Morales ever in the Peter Parker universe, or was it always a separate universe?
Think so. I think they're
they've completely done something completely different with this one now.
It looks like it. I mean, there probably is a way that Peter Parker may have been in that universe. Because I know there's ones where Peter died and someone else has taken up the mantle, or you've got like.
But how does that work though? Does he go like you have to go to this place and get bit by this specific spider?
Do you know like Spider-Man 2099?
Yeah.
He's like an admirer of Peter Parker, and he like.
But how does he get powers?
He makes like because he
just makes an awesome suit.
He tries to make like a formula, I suppose.
Right.
That helps
to give him power.
Become Spider-Man.
Okay.
Stuff
but
like
if you're gonna make a formula, why be Spider-Man? Why not be something even better than Spider-Man?
Yeah. In this
trailer, Spider-Man just swings around.
You've got like Mary Jane's in a thing, and there's a spider, and occasionally kind of jumps towards her.
Yeah.
You seen that? Like he's like in a glass thing, and like maybe those spiders bite you.
Possibly, yeah.
And I imagine it probably. I'd imagine the way it works. I like to think is that if it bites you, it doesn't necessarily mean you're definitely gonna get powers. Like some people may die from the bite.
Some people could react to it differently, like having like a mutant gene that's laying dormant.
Do you know what I mean? And like I think some people could die from the bite. Or maybe Miles gets bit by it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
The cool thing, I like what they're doing. I like how they've set it. Peter Parker's been Spider-Man for like a fair few years. He's in his 20s now.
Yeah.
And he did have a relationship with Mary Jane, but they're not together anymore. That's the story now, and they meet up after like he saves her. I think that's how you meet her.
Yeah.
He saves her from something, and then he's like, "Oh, I never thought we'd meet again like this." And she's like, "I did," because like that's probably why they split up as well.
Yeah.
Is that the fact that he's Spider-Man all the time?
Yeah.
It just looks really cool. I really like the music that I've heard so far as well in the game. It sounds like a good mixture of like sort of all of the Spider-Man films we've seen. Like it sounds a little bit like the Sam Raimi score.
Yeah. And I've been like not like necessarily a Spider-Man game, but I've been craving quite a good superhero.
Yeah, same.
Game.
Like so much so that I played Infamous Second Son the other day. And I was
a lot of the old superhero games aren't actually that good.
No.
I played that Marvel Ultimate Alliance on the PlayStation Store. It was alright, but it's one of those kind of like you're looking above a little bit.
It's sort of RPG.
Yeah, it's not like straight above, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's like on the side above,
like Pokemon.
And you can switch between characters, and it was alright. It's fun, but I mean, it's not the same. Like when you swing a Spider-Man, it's not.
You want a good third person.
You want to feel like you're a hero, don't you? Do you know what I mean? And you want to get like wrapped into not just the story, but even when you're like free roaming, like you want to feel like you're Spider-Man, don't you?
The swinging in this game as well looks amazing. Like they look so fluent. Like I was playing what you lent me, the game Amazing Spider-Man 2 earlier.
Yeah.
It's not very good, really.
Not as a game. Like I mean, I think the swinging's fun.
Yeah.
I think you could just swing around on that game for hours. I personally can.
Yeah, but there's the amount of activities to do while you're swinging around is kind of boring.
They're repetitive as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's the one thing though I think this game could struggle with.
Well, no, because I think the good thing about this, I was thinking that as well.
Because there's only so much you can have going on in this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of crimes you could do, but at some point it's going to have to back around.
The cool thing is the combat's very. There's a lot of different moves you can do and stuff like that, which is cool because I noticed in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. There's not. It's pretty much just mash square. Mash square. Press circle for your special attack.
It's like Arkham kind of style though. In a way. Like
but this
the triangle to dodge it.
Yeah, this looks similar to that as well.
This looks like there's so many more connect combats and stuff and different like web shooters and stuff.
It looks fun. This game. That's the thing. It just looks fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I mean, it's only next month, but it feels like it's a long time.
Yeah.
And it feels like we've been waiting a while as well.
We have. It was announced like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember that announcement trailer? And we were like, it's not going to look like that. And if anything, it looks better than that.
Yeah.
Which is a surprise.
I think... I don't know if it benefits from just being on one console. I think it benefits from being under Sony, though. I feel like when you look at the games that come out on Sony, as in like exclusives, there are some rubbish ones, of course, but I feel like the Xbox exclusives aren't ever really that good. There's only like one or two, and I don't even think
especially on PS4.
You got Halo,
Halo's been and gone now, isn't it? I think they should give up with Halo.
Gears of War, the first one I quite liked, but again, as they've gone on, they're not very good. I don't think Xbox have like one like company or
They
franchise.
haven't got a Naughty Dog, have they?
Yeah, exactly. They haven't got a company or a franchise that we think can be like that's guaranteed to be a good game or
And
guaranteed to make good games. And I mean, Insomniac games, of course, not every game they've made is good.
Yeah.
Ratchet,
No, of course not.
Ratchet and Clank games were just like fun, like
They were good
platform
games. I can see that those are good games, but I was
Yeah.
always more of a Jack and Daxter fan, personally.
But I think as a gaming company, I mean, film-wise, Sony is a bit. But as a game company, I think if you got an exclusive game on Sony, most of the time they're quite good.
Yeah, generally. Yeah.
Not always, but most of the time.
Usually. I mean, some people would argue that Naughty Dog don't make games; they make cinematic experiences, which to an extent is true.
To an extent.
But like, I think there's a place.
I still have to climb a wall for 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah. There's a place though for games like Naughty Dog games. I think like there is. I think there is an art to it. A lot of people try to say that they're not.
It depends on the type of story game, because the ones that I don't like that come to my mind, I played a couple of them. Like for the story, they're okay, but they're not really games. It's the ones that like Telltale games and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they make that the game though. That I think people argue that I get why people argue this, but like at least with the Telltale game, the decisions you make impact dramatically the story. Whereas if you in The Last of Us, you don't get any decisions to make. You just go through the game, and there's a lot of walking around, a lot of exposition, a lot of talking.
I still would
slow.
argue there's gameplay.
Yeah, there is, but yeah. So like with Sony, like some people would argue that Naughty Dog aren't as good as everybody says. I can't think of anyone else who's exclusive to Sony that make really good games.
Yeah, but there's some games that
there
come out.
Yeah, there definitely are
Like,
exclusives.
I don't necessarily know the company they come under, but there's exclusive games. Like, isn't Infamous an exclusive to PlayStation?
Possibly, yeah. But a lot of people argue that Second Son was shit.
Oh, you liked it, didn't you?
I liked it, but to be fair, I get their gripes with it because the open world is boring.
Like, there's games that there's quite a lot of good exclusive games. Is my point anyway. The only thing it doesn't open up then though is that because they've got an Avengers game coming out, haven't they? Not
what is
Sony.
That?
I don't know. We heard about this.
Yeah, I remember. No, but I remember seeing some trailer a few years ago.
The broken shoulders.
Yeah, and I was like, "What is this?"
I don't know. There's an Avengers game.
Yeah, but I didn't hear anything about it after for like 3 years.
Because it's made by who makes the Tomb Raider games?
Square Enix.
Yeah, that's who's making that game. All it means is that this can't link in with anything else, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, just not the chair. Yeah, which I'm fine with to an extent, but it's nice sometimes in a game where some characters show up and like they can have a brief interaction with the character.
Yeah.
Sometimes get a team up, because in a game it can work well. It's different than in a film where you shoehorn something in and you've got so much time to tell it. In a game, you've got quite a lot of time to bring in a character and set it up. Do you know what I mean? But as long as if this game does well, and I'm sure it's already like selling well before it's even come out, if it's like reviewed well, then at least that means we can get more.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy. As if we keep getting good Spider-Man games, I'd quite like that as a franchise.
What would be quite cool.
But they use up a lot of their villains in this game. That's the only problem.
Yeah, but you can bring them back in because they might, because you don't know these villains that I've got out. They might not be main focuses. They might just be like you can always reuse villains.
Yeah, I suppose, but I mean, you want like I feel like when
reuse villains, just update their tech. They're a different villain now, basically.
I suppose
they're different moves. The way that you beat them. As long as the story. As long as the story explains it well enough, it doesn't really matter.
That's why I wonder with this game how good the story is actually going to be.
I think it'll be good.
If the story is just okay or good, then but I have a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, my number one thing is that I want this game to be fun. Yeah, like as long as it's
even
fun.
Even if the story is not good, as long as you're enjoying playing the missions and stuff, it's not going to matter.
But from what I've heard, like the story, from what people have seen, seems like at least the characters anyway seem like the characters that we know. Like Peter is like kind of goofy and funny and like just he feels like Peter Parker. You know what I mean? And same with like MJ and stuff like that.
They would have wanted to make this game go well. Yeah. Because I don't know how the Sony deal impacted, but I mean Sony have the rights to make games of their films. Yeah. But I don't think they ever had the rights to make Spider-Man games that aren't off their film. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then obviously when they deal with Marvel or whatever, obviously Sony has a chance to make more money off the Spider-Man property. Yeah.
I'm so glad that they're not making a film of Homecoming. No, a game of Homecoming. Yeah. You know what I mean, or something like that.
And I think that was like I believe this game was delayed. I'm not positive on that, but I think it was.
Yeah, probably. I think people were expecting it to be delayed anyway, though. But delays, people always think that delays are bad, but they're not. They're good because it gives the developer more time to create a game.
Yeah. The only problem with games or films is you've got a certain amount of time to make it and get it out. If it's his own separate thing, and I'm glad they didn't.
That's why games of films are always terrible.
Yeah.
Except unless you make the game of the film.
They changed the way they do game films now, though, because it used to be like a straight up story.
Yeah, now they don't tie in with the film.
Sometimes it's after. Like, do you know not the Amazing Spider-Man game I've lent you, the first one?
Yeah.
It's like I can't really remember what happened.
But from what I've seen so far, that game doesn't follow the story of the film anyway. No, but you got Jamie
Foxx in it and stuff.
It's a lot more cartoony.
Yeah, but on the first one, it follows the events of after the game,
right?
After the film, on the first one, and I don't know what happens, but he gets Dr. Connors out of prison, and Spider-Man's got him like in his flat because he moves out, and he's got him in his flat and he's helping him like do whatever towards the story.
Right.
I can't remember.
Here's a question: what's your favourite Spider-Man game you've ever played?
Spider-Man 2 is probably the best one.
Was Spider-Man 2 as in Spider-Man 2, the game of the Spider-Man 2 film?
Yeah.
Right. The Sam Raimi film.
Yeah.
Right.
But the one I always think of as my favourite is the PS1 first Spider-Man.
Right.
Because I always replay that.
But do you think that's due to nostalgia or because the game's genuinely good?
Maybe.
Is the game good though?
Yeah, well, for a PS1, I mean, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you take into account when it came out. But
like now.
Is it hard to play?
No, I can play it if easy enough.
No, as in, like, is it hard control-wise? Is it piss you off?
I don't think it's fine. I think it's fine. I mean, sometimes it's a bit like, I think it's just because how old the game is. Like, sometimes when you turn, it's kind of like robotic. Like, you turn.
Yeah, if you can't go diagonal, you have to sort of turn and then. Yeah.
But I mean, apart from that, I mean, now as a kid when I played it, I can remember bits being hard. But some of the bosses is just punch, jump, punch, jump.
I was watching this channel called Only Plays on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they were playing this old like PS1 game called Croc.
Yeah.
And do you remember that? And basically the controls were fucked really because it's a PS1 game. They had no like you couldn't control the camera or anything.
Yeah. Some of the games are like that, aren't they? It's a bit annoying.
And also like. He said like he remembered all these bosses. And he was like, "Oh, I could never beat this boss or whatever." And then he fought the boss and he beat him. It's like it's really easy. It's just let them try to hit you. They missed and you hit them, and then he do that 3 times and they die.
When you're younger, that it's not as like simple as that. Not in your head, is it?
It's like I can't believe. He was like, I cannot believe that I could never do this as a kid. It's so easy.
Because you got like in the Spider-Man game, so you got like Scorpion, and you just punch, jump away, and then he like backs his tail. You jump back in, punch him 3 times, jump away, and then Venom. When you fight Venom, he keeps disappearing. But then when he comes back, you just web him, go punch him a couple times. He'll disappear again, and when he comes back, web him, punch him a couple. And it's just pretty basic. When you, as a kid, you're not like that. Are you just going?
No, you just go into it. You're like, why can't I beat him? You just sort of whack the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
But one cool thing about this game, which I'm really happy about. I know it's such a trivial thing, but I'm really happy you can get. I don't know for a fact, but I think there's like 30 suits you can like costumes.
Well, the ones that I know has been confirmed. You got like the original one.
Yeah.
You've got obviously the one he wears in the game.
Yeah.
You've got
Iron
Scarlet Spider.
Oh, Scarlet Spider. Yeah.
Iron Spider.
It's Iron Spider, isn't it?
Yeah, Iron Spider. You got Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, that looks weird. That he looks like Batman.
Do you know that's Nicolas Cage in the Spider-Verse film? Nicolas Cage is doing the voice of Spider Noir.
Is that an animated film?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. That's awesome.
Nicolas Cage does the voice of Superman in Teen Titans Go.
Do you know in Spider-Man Noir, he has a gun.
Yeah.
Instead of shooting webs, he just shoots people.
But there was loads that I can't even remember off the top of my head, but there's quite a lot already announced.
Yeah, there's a punk Spider-Man one that was introduced.
But they got like the guitar.
Yeah, and you can use the guitar as an attack.
I mean,
which would be fun.
I don't even know what the
world.
suits do in games. When I look at games, I don't go by what they can do. I just do what looks nice.
Yeah.
I never pick what I'm like, this one's better for my health. I say, that shit.
It depends what kind of game I'm playing. Because a lot of the time they are sort of.
Well, my characters look cool.
Just skins, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like people who play Fortnite and they think that if they buy skins, they buy the skins, but it does nothing for the gameplay. They're just buying it to make their character look cool.
I played it once. I finished 8th on my first go, and I killed myself by accident.
Fuck Fortnite, man. Can I just say it now? Fuck Fortnite and fuck the people that like it. That's a bit harsh. But it's just that.
Sorry, Dean.
No one knows who Dean is.
Well, I didn't say fuck. I don't know why you need to apologise.
Nah, that is harsh. But it's just like people. It's such an overrated game. It's just Battle Royale.
I mean, for a free game, is alright. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, you can't complain because it's free.
But I wouldn't pay a penny towards that game because I don't think it's worth any money.
It's like It's just, but the
I
thing
played
is,
it once, and I
I
didn't
get
think it
the
was that
appeal of it, but people are making. Why is Battle Royale such a huge thing now? When that's been a game mode in like every online game ever for years, and now all of a sudden, everyone, all the game stores now.
I don't think it's really worth getting that game.
No, if anything, I'd buy PUBG. I look better. No one plays PUBG anymore, but that look.
You had to buy that though, didn't you? Or Fortnite was free.
That's why. That's why this is so big now. Then.
But they make losing money because, like you said, people buy skins. They make people.
That's what I mean. It's weird, isn't it? It's like it does nothing. It adds nothing to the gameplay.
That's the way they do it. They're like, oh yeah, have this free game, but then people buy all these expansion packs and stuff, and that's how they make their money. So
yeah, of course,
it's clever.
It is. Well, it's not. It's not clever. People are just dumb.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
But if you enjoy it, then fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've pre-ordered a fucking game that isn't even out yet, and I don't even know if it's going to be any good. So I'm stupid myself.
But I think this game would be good. If it's not, at least the story's not good, the game will be good. I think it'd be fun. You'll enjoy playing it, and it'll have. I think it'll have replay value as well, because after the story ends, you can still swing around. You can do all these side. I reckon there'll be actual side quests as well.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And then obviously you have the crimes going on in the street and
from
stuff.
What I've heard, some people coming out of it haven't said anything about full-on quests, side quests, but it is, and they have
played
said
the whole game yet.
No, of course not. They've played like 3 hours of it.
Someone played 4 hours. They said that's just the first quarter of the game. So that means that the game's going to be at least 12 hours.
Yeah,
so
it depends how fast you go through the story as well. But like, there's dogs barking.
Your dog's in it.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, there's what was I saying? I've completely forgotten now because my dogs put me off. Oh yeah, the side quests, the little things you can do, are like. They are a lot like in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where you basically go, you fight these thugs.
As long as they're better though, and they're not as repetitive. As long as it's not as repetitive.
I think they will be repetitive, but
or there's more of them, because in Amazing Spider-Man there's usually like 5 or 6, I think, and then
is it?
I'm sure there is.
They don't just respawn then or anything. They
do.
Like spawn back up later on.
Basically the same things. But I mean, as long as there's more of them, like if in this game there's more different individual ones, that way then it doesn't feel like the same ones are popping up so regularly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can be repetitive, but as long as you've got to lose a variety of them, it won't feel as repetitive because different ones are popping up all the time.
Yeah.
If you know it. To an extent.
And I think as long as the combat's cool, like fun, like it looks like it is, and is varied, there's a lot of different stuff you can do and things you can learn, you can upgrade.
That aspect of it, which might be fun. Here, I got the internet up, it just says Spider-Man PS4 preview, Mary Jane Watson is a great playable character.
Yeah, she's a playable character.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a stealth section that people played, where basically she had to go and like hack some stuff while Spider-Man's swinging around, and it goes back and forth.
That's quite cool.
Now, whether that's going to be an integral part of the game later on, because I don't know why you would introduce that and then not use it throughout the whole game. So maybe I'm just guessing now. Like this is just like a speculation. Maybe Miles Morales, you can play as Spider-Man at some point. He becomes Spider-Man.
Maybe.
Or maybe they're setting that up for a sequel.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe you've got Miles Morales in this.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not even intended to... Like, he is obviously intended to be a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But maybe they're not intended to wrap him up in that way. Maybe knows somewhat, like maybe knows a layout of a building or something. And there's the spiders in there.
Yeah, maybe.
And then maybe he accidentally gets bit.
It's weird to introduce Miles Morales and not plan to use him as a Spider-Man at some point.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I want to change my answer about my favourite Spider-Man game.
What's your answer now?
Spider-Man Edge of Time.
What's that?
Is one with the Spider-Man from the future and our Spider-Man. And
what did that come out on?
PS3.
Right.
And they end up in each other's time zones.
Is it actually good?
Yeah, I enjoy it. There's not really a free roam. Like, there's like obviously missions where you can like swing around and stuff in them, but you're not like a free roam game. You just like explore areas in the mission.
I'm assuming the PS1 one wasn't free roam.
No, not really. Like,
I know you jump over buildings, but you can't go on the floor and stuff.
No, and it's free roam to a certain extent. Like, you got like quite a big area for your missions because you basically just got to go from there to there.
Yeah.
You can't see how I'm just pointing like forward, there to there, but like you can go around the whole area.
Yeah.
You got like the little Easter eggs, like the Fantastic Four building and comics and stuff.
That's pretty cool. But
I like the story in Spider-Man Edge of Time.
Yeah, to be honest, I never really played Spider-Man games.
The cartoon Spider-Man doing the voice of Spider-Man 2099.
Is it?
Yeah.
What cartoon Spider-Man?
94.
Our Spider-Man. Yeah, that's how I got into Spider-Man originally. Was from the.
Even though he's not really a Peter Parker, he's a bit henchiny.
Yeah, he's massive. Like, he's like walking around like acting like he's like a nerd or whatever, and he's like this big hench, muscular man. It's weird. I've always thought Peter Parker was supposed to be a really nerdy dude. And he's all like hench. But yeah, this game just looks fun. Look forward to it. Really, I just wanted to make a video where we just talk about how much we want to play this game.
Yeah, I think we have talked about games before,
Yeah.
and I think we need to expand anyway because we do more films and stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
I think like when this game comes out,
I'd like to do an entire game podcast, but the thing is, I don't play enough games anymore. I more
I'd
watch
like to
other
review
people
this
play
game after it comes out, whether that's when we complete it or after we've had a long enough spell on it to give our opinions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll I'll review
it. Just
it.
depends how quick we complete it,
Well,
doesn't it? I suppose.
I'll tell you
we
what,
can do a video fairly after it comes out, even if we played like half of the game.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do a video of our first impressions, and then once we've completed it, we'll do our full thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that'll be good. Well, once we complete the story, say we don't have to complete all the side missions.
No, obviously. I
haven't got time for that.
Yeah.
But is there any other games that you're looking forward to, other than Spider-Man?
Red Dead.
Yeah, I can't wait for Red Dead. Red Dead looks. I'd love to do a separate video on Red Dead at some point as well.
The Last of Us. I know that's not out for a while. But Part 2. I think. I don't think you're interested in this game, but I think Days Gone looks alright.
Nah, I was interested in it until I saw the second trailer for it and found out it was zombies.
You seen the trailer to that Cyberpunk 2000?
It's an online game.
The trailer.
Yeah, I thought it was a single player game, and it's not. It's like an online.
The trailer looked cool anyway, but I don't know too much about the game. But yeah, definitely Red Dead 2. I want to get the Spyro trilogy because I like the PS1 ones, but I'm not like.
You're not desperate for it.
No, I'm not desperate for it. It comes out around the same time as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I've got to be picky.
Did you get the Crash Bandicoot games?
Yeah.
Insane Trilogy or whatever.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'd fun. It's one of those games like when you got nothing to play, you can just sit back and just have fun on it, can't you? You don't have to worry about a story, or you can just go back. Because I'm not a big fan of the first two as a kid. I think they're alright in this trilogy, but I really like Warped as a kid. Do you ever play that?
I never really played them.
You jump on the buttons and you have to go into
that was one of those games that I played around at other people's houses because I didn't have a PS1. I had a PS2 eventually, but when everyone had PS1, I was still playing my Sega Mega Drive and my N64, so that was it.
But yeah, I want to get the Spyro at some point, but I'm not desperate for it.
Yeah,
I'll probably just get it when I can pick it up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I ain't too bad because I pre-ordered Spider-Man. I don't see the point in people when games come out in the same month. I don't see the point in just buying all these games because you're not going to play them all in one go.
No,
you're just going to stick with one game, aren't you?
Yeah.
So there's no point in spending your money on. Well, I suppose you're going to buy it anyway, so you could.
True.
But I mean,
I've pre-ordered
just pile them up.
I've pre-ordered 2 games. I've pre-ordered Spider-Man and I've pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption. I was going to pre-order Last of Us, but then I thought, like what you said, I'm not going to play them all at once. Although I don't think they will come out.
They didn't come out.
Anyway,
you're not going to play them all at once anyway. And the thing, sometimes you'll find in a shop maybe you might go there and it will be sold out in that one shop, but you can order it online and it'll come
at some point if it's popular enough you're going to get another game. Well, you will no matter what.
If it's sold out in one shop, you can go online and pretty much guaranteed to get it next day.
I cannot remember the last time I bought a game in a shop anyway. I always order them or I download them. I generally don't download because it takes up too much storage space, but if I had enough storage space, I probably would download most games.
Gig anyway when you buy it on a disc, don't you? It tells you that you need.
But you don't need as much as you do if you download it from
I
the
did
store.
buy the last game I bought on the store. That was Jurassic World.
Also, when I delete it from my PlayStation, I don't end up re-downloading it though.
So.
Whereas if I delete the game file or whatever, and I start the disc, I'm more likely to install it again.
You can remember that you.
I'll remember. I'll see that I got the game. Because I never remember what I've bought on PlayStation Store once I've deleted it off my PlayStation.
Some games you have to buy on the store though when they do like classics and stuff. I suppose you could buy them on all consoles.
Yeah, but I keep the classics I keep anyway because they don't take up much space.
Yeah,
I got the PS2 classics and stuff like that. Because I have all the Grand Theft Auto PS2 games, which I still think are fun. Like the Grand Theft Auto 3 is hard to play now, really, because of the controls. And same with Vice City, except the good thing about Vice City is like there is an actual map when you press start.
Yeah.
In Grand Theft Auto 3, there's not a map, like not in the start menu, and you can't tell that you have to go to the other side of the map, like another island. Because you're just like, what the fuck? And then
just followed it.
And then you have the time limit, and you have like a time limit to get to the other island. You didn't know at first you had to get to the other. It's awkward, but that game's the only one that's hard to play now. But Vice City and San Andreas are still easy to play for me. But yeah, that's about it, really. I suppose.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I mean,
we could have done a more structured thing, but I didn't.
I don't think there was not that much point. But I mean, we're only talking about what we like, what we've seen that we liked, and what we want and stuff like that. I mean, we don't need to structure it any better.
I'd like to do more of these kind of videos, but structure them.
Yeah.
Like actually write down what we're going to talk about, and
I mean,
basically a podcast, but
a
small one.
For our review, I made notes.
Yeah.
For this, I didn't, but I mean, I when we reviewed the game and our first impressions, I'll make notes.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for just stuff I've seen on trailers
Yeah,
and stuff,
this
I didn't see the point.
Yeah, I suppose this is sort of like a demo as to what we can do. Like, this is like
yeah,
a first draft kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just trying out like a pilot. But I'd like to do some like structured sort of like what we know so far sort of
Yeah.
videos, but try and make them our own, more conversation
Yeah.
rather than the ones that.
like
I don't. Yeah, I hate that.
Swing from
Yeah, they're good videos to get quick information from, but like they always
Yeah.
annoy me. Like, and it doesn't feel very.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, so I wouldn't class it as a podcast. It's just we'll just call it Spider-Man talk.
Yeah, just talking it.
Spider-Man PS4 talk. All right, so we'll catch you next time, I suppose. That's becoming my catchphrase now. Catch you next time.